Why is President Trump attacking the Pope? You know, for more than a decade, the president has crossed the bounds of decency. He's violated social norms on so many instances that I can't even possibly remember them all in this sitting.
The poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
And I was speaking today to a person in their late 20s, and they were talking about how their entire life that they've been conscious of politics, the president has been the dominant figure.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Big fat slob. I hate my opponent.
Now he's attacking Pope Leo. And he's got a meme that he put of himself on Truth Social of a picture of him portrayed as though he's Jesus. I mean, this is disturbing. It's disturbing that he would even do this, and it's disturbing that he's able to distract us from the very real issues that we face in our country. The behavior that he's done that is abnormal has become normalized, where it's okay to attack people based upon their appearance or based upon their race or their political party or their weight or whatever it is. I mean, this has become normal behavior. So I've made a point over the past 10 years. I was elected in 2016. He was elected president in 2016. I've made a point of not responding to every outrageous thing the president did, because I thought that if I did, I'd be doing it so often that it would diminish the impact of me actually commenting on it. If everything was crazy, then nothing would be crazy. I think it's part of the president's strategy to distract us away from his policy failures related to the cost of living crisis in America, to distract us away from the war in Iran, where he said he's going to wipe out a civilization. He wants us to be distracted by these absurd comments. The president is like a pickpocket. What do pickpockets do? One person comes in, they bump into you, and when you're distracted from getting bumped into, the other person picks your pocket. We can't let it happen. We need Democrats and Republicans to come together, regardless of what the president's doing, to address the real issues that we face in our country. What are the real issues? The cost of living crisis, affordability. So while the president says he attacks the Pope, or he talks about wiping out a civilization in Iran, we're not talking about the fact that everybody's energy bills are going through the roof. We're not talking about the fact that your grocery prices are higher because of the tariffs. We're not talking about the fact that people's health insurance is going up more dramatically now than it's been in a generation because of the elimination of the premium tax credits and because of the cuts in Medicaid, all being done at the same time that doing tax cuts for some of the wealthiest people in the country who really don't need the help. Immigration, finally reforming immigration. Enough of the masked men pulling people out of the car and beating them up. We need to reform immigration in our country that secures the border, yes, throws out the violent criminals, yes, but also treats people like human beings. And if you've been here for more than 10 years and you haven't committed a crime, but for not having the proper documentation, let's figure out a way you can work here and pay your taxes and not live in fear that your family's going to be separated. Let's do something about the cost of health care in the United States of America that less and less people can afford. Let's do something about tax policy in our country and address the problem of income inequality, where we've made tremendous money in our country, and I'm all for making a lot of money. But we've created this income inequality where some people are super duper rich, some people are poor, and we've lost a whole bunch of people in the middle because we're not sharing the wealth we create with the people who go to work every day. And what about our national standing in the rest of the world? How people look at America these days. Do you think the U.S.'s status is helped in other countries when the president attacks the Pope? Do you think our status in the rest of the world is helped when the president says, I'm going to wipe out a civilization if I don't get things the way I want? We need Democrats and Republicans to come together. Everybody says, oh, it's impossible. Tom, you're being naive. I have great faith in our country. I have great faith in our people. I have great faith in democracy. I have great faith that if the people participate in this process and they let their elected officials know what they want us to do, we can break through this very dark, difficult time. But it's going to require Democrats and Republicans to put down their arms and to work together to try and move us forward together as a nation. And we need the politicians here in Congress and elsewhere throughout the country to be more impacted by what the people are saying and what the people want than what the president is saying. I know we can do it. I wouldn't be able to keep on doing this job unless I had hope and faith and optimism in the people of our country that they really want this to be a more perfect union. I'm counting on all of you, the people that just go to work every day and raise their families and pay their bills. We need you all to participate more in the political process. Write a letter to the editor of your local paper. Talk to your neighbors, even if they're from a different party. Try and build a country that looks forward to the future, where everybody in America who's willing to work hard actually makes enough money so that they can afford to buy a house and educate their kids and pay for health insurance and retire without being scared. Let's try and make a country where the American dream is real again. And let's make a country that's a little kinder, a country that is less mean-spirited, a country that is less divided, that recognizes we share so much more in common than what divides us. We all want the same things. Who loves me? Who doesn't love me? What's right? What's wrong? How am I going to pay my bills? And how am I going to make sure my kids have a good life? That's what everybody wants. Don't be distracted by the mean-spiritedness or the attacks that we see coming from the person clothed in enormous power, the President of the United States of America. It's been 10 years, and now it's up to us to make sure the next 10 years are better. So don't give up. Please don't give up. You can be angry about what the president says or does, but we still have a lot of work to do. Let's make our country what it really should be. A beacon of hope to the rest of the world. A place where hard work is rewarded. A place where people are respected because of their individual worth as a human being. Okay, I'm going to try and do my part. I hope that you'll do your part as well. Thanks, everyone.